joining us from all the various countries in Asia Pacific. We'll try to make this evening as exciting as possible for you. So I will start with a quick introduction about Eagle Eye Networks, and then we will dive right into the new trends we see in video surveillance. We will then play a short video on a case study for multi-site applications. And Kyono will do a live demo of our solutions to demonstrate all those user benefits you will see in the video. And then I will conclude with a summary of our value proposition and the Q&A. About Eagle Eye Networks. Our company was founded in 2012 by Dean Drago. You may not have heard about his name in Asia Pacific, but he is a very famous entrepreneur that founded many successful companies, including the most famous one, Barracuda Networks, that went public in 2013. Our headquarters is in Austin, Texas. We have regional offices in Tokyo and Amsterdam. We have customers in more than 80 countries as a global company. Eagle Eye Networks is the most recognized brand in commercial video surveillance as a service. We have about 20% of market share in terms of camera connections to the cloud. Many of you may heard about technology Fast 500. It's Deloitte published this every year for the fastest growing company in North America. We've been ranked as #1 fastest growing video surveillance company in both 2019 and 2020. As a cloud video surveillance leader, we took the initiative to collect and analyze the data for you. And then we want to present to you today the new trends we see in video surveillance. Cloud is in demand. We see many businesses starting to adopt different kinds of video analytics for various business applications. We see the evolution of compliance requirements. We see the convergence of IT with the physical security. Customers will expect open and connected systems. Subscription model is preferred, and 5G is coming. Trend #1. Cloud is in demand. Unfortunately, we are still in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic. Because of this pandemic, more and more people start to realize the importance and necessity of the cloud solutions. People want to have a solution you can access anytime, anywhere. They want to reduce the frequency to be on site or at the business. They want to be able to monitor the business anytime, anywhere from their smartphone. This is the first trend we see. Cloud is in demand. The trend #2, we see businesses starting to adopt various analytics for business applications, in addition to security and safety. Let's take an example. If you are a restaurant owner and you run a service, a drive-through service, you want to get a notification when there are more than 5 cars back up, then you can improve the customer services. You may want to also have a solution that you can identify if people are wearing the mask or not when entering into the building for social distance. There are various applications we can see right now, the business starting to adopt to for various type of video analytics. This is the #2 trend we see. #3, compliance requirements are constantly evolving. You might want to ask yourself, is your industry highly regulated? Do you anticipate any new regulations maybe coming up in the next few months? We see that especially in education and healthcare, that's highly regulated. There might be a new requirements coming. With the cloud solutions, if anything it's required, new requirements is in place, you'll be able to make the change rapidly because all the user provisioning and change can be done in the cloud. If there's a requirement, for example, in California, there's new requirements to require all the places serving alcohol to have a minimum 60 days of a cloud storage. If this is a cloud solution, you can call up your local system integrator, Blue Ocean, our partner here. They can make a change for you right away, within minutes. You can change from your cloud storage from 30 days to 60 days. If this is an on-premise solution, it may take weeks for you to schedule installers to make changes for you. For your business improvement and your compliance efficiency, cloud solution will be key for you. Trend number 4, IT departments are more engaged than ever. We found more than 90% of business have at least one cloud application in the cloud. For example, many businesses are using the Salesforce.com as their CRM tools. And the fact we are using the Zoom right now for the webinar, it is a cloud solution, so everybody can access it and join the webinar from any countries in the world. Because of involvement of IT departments, we see the adoptions for cloud will be much faster. As we know, physical security is a very conservative industry. With the IT department's involvement, we are expecting the cloud adoptions will be accelerating in the next few years. Trend number 5. Customers expect more open and connected systems, especially with this unknown environment. People want to have the flexibility to pick and choose any technology they wanted to use. They don't want it to be locked down into a legacy system. Take our solutions as an example. We have an open platform. We can support analog cameras. We can support any IP cameras that's ONVIF compatible. We support more than 3,000 different type, models, and brands of cameras right now. It's an open platform. Many of the business, they want to have a different business application, such as point of sales, POS application to integrate with the video surveillance. They would like to have an open platform. They want to connect all their business together. This is the number 5 trend we see. Number 6, subscription model is preferred. We already see that many businesses adopting to the subscription model, such as Microsoft 365 is a subscription model. We see more and more business, they want to use the latest technology. They want their system to be updated constantly. They want to have a continuous delivery of new features. Subscription model is preferred. Finally, trend number 7, 5G is coming. We expect the 5G to be 10 times faster than 4G. Especially right now, we see more and more applications outdoors and mobile. For example, we won a city surveillance project in Mexico City last year, which has been deployed more than 20,000 cameras. With a combination of 4G and 5G technology, it makes it possible. We are going to see more and more such applications, including the body cameras, including the delivery by drones and vehicle cameras, and so on. 5G will make this possible, and we will see the cost for the bandwidth will be much and much less going forward. This is the trend number 7 we are seeing. Now we will play a short video on a testimonial.
I'm Mike Liberatore. I'm the general manager for the Berkeley 4th Street property. I've been here for 3 years, and since the property actually went under construction. So prior to the construction starting, the actual Eagle Eye camera network was spec'd into the security camera system itself.
We worked with Jamestown Urban Management on their 4th Street Berkeley Shopping Center project to spec out the cameras, because this is an interesting spot. You've got retail, you've got public parking, you've got private parking, you've got offices, you've got hospitality and food. And so there was many different needs for the camera system. And Eagle Eye provided a compelling alternative to site-based solutions, because keeping retention for 30+ days on 30-something cameras was going to drive their project budget way over. With Eagle Eye, they were able to find an exceptional video management solution that enabled them to save that budget on the front end and use the cloud storage as an operational expense throughout the year.
I really enjoy working with Eagle Eye. I mean, it's a cloud-based system, and right now I really am much favor of going cloud-based system, because then you can access it from any device, any computer, anywhere, and we don't have a management office here on site. And Eagle Eye Networks really provides that 24-hour, 7-day-a-week visual review that you can always look at and use. And then right now we've actually worked with the local Berkeley police, and they actually have direct access to the system also. With Eagle Eye Networks, it just makes it easy to work and operate. As any new properties come online, we'll definitely be looking to use them going forward.
Priscilla, you might be muted there. You can check your mute button.
Oh, sorry about that. As we can see from the video, the reason why Eagle Eye is the chosen one, they want to have a pay-as-you-go model for better cash flow. This is a CapEx versus OpEx model. They are using our solution as an operational tool instead of only for the security. They use it for monitoring the productivity, for coaching, training purpose. They use it as a record keeping. They want to use it as a business application for monitoring customer satisfactions. They use a different layouts for that purpose. They want to have an ease of use solution. They can access it 24/7, 365 a day with the remote access. You heard from the video that it's so easily for them to share the video with the local police, and so easy for them to download the video anytime, anywhere. They want to have the flexibility of various type of camera support. It's a shopping mall with a very different type of business. Some businesses may need to have a PTZ camera. Some businesses are using a bullet camera. Some using a mini dome for indoor. They have their own preference of different brand and model of cameras. With our solutions, they can choose any of the camera at their own preferences with the same common platform solution. They mentioned that Eagle Eye is their professional team. It's almost like they outsource IT and security team for them. Those are all the various reasons they chose Eagle Eye Networks. And you found it very interesting. All those reasons are consistent with those new trends we see in video surveillance. Now, Kyono will do a live demo to demonstrate all those benefits that you've seen from the video.
Thank you, Priscilla. With me today, I'd like to go through what Priscilla just explained, the reason why the Eagle Eye VMS is chosen with the actual UI using the live demo site. In this account, you see, this is our VMS system. We have about 40 different cameras, added, spread out in the multiple locations, as you can see on the map right here. This is spread out in different locations. And on the map, you can view which ones are online, offline, or which one are the fine working ones. Now, the first charm point of our VMS service is the subscription plan. In other words, the pay-as-you-go. When most of the business owners think the cash flow of the organization or the company, the subject about CapEx and OpEx comes out. Our concept and beliefs are that good camera surveillance system should be accessed by many end users in terms of finance. Our charging plan is decided in the combination of a resolution and retention period for the recordings, and they are easily changed on the UI. As maybe you want to keep the recording for the longer time of period, such as the local regulation change. Maybe you want to view in max resolutions in the existing camera in need to see the person better than they thought in the initial planning stage. You know, things, especially for the technology, can change rapidly these days. In the old days, with on-premise and VR system, it was all planned ahead, especially for the choice of recordings. So once you purchase it, it is hard to upgrade your system. In Eagle Eye Cloud service, the change of the plan, expansion, and the upgrades are easily made just one click away in the UI, like here in the dashboard. And I can just show you how quickly you can change the plan. Let's say if you want to change the retention period from 14 days to 90 days, it's just one click away. Also for the resolution, if we want to specify the higher resolution, it's just one click away. That's how it is to change your payment plan as well. Next, we have a powerful operational tool called Layout. Here's the Layout tab. So in Layout, you can create the customized view for each needs. So these are the customized layout views that you can specify. You can collect all the cameras with people lining up for the post registers on different floors in one layout so that you can monitor for the business productivity. You can create a layout to show all the kitchens in the different branches so that the manager in charge of sanitary can point out the wrong operation just looking at one layout. This will help the business during the COVID-19 period. Let me show you how easy for user to organize the view in this layout. So for example, in this view, if you want to change the layout, you can enable the edit. You can make it bigger like this, or even bigger, or maybe you can change the order, or maybe you don't want to see this camera on this layout. To change and modify your layout, this is how quickly you can apply for the system. Of course, this is now positioned as a business application as you can monitor the cameras for the customer satisfaction. Since this is the 24/7 system operated and monitored by our Eagle Eye internal engineers, the customers can view both live and recordings anytime from anywhere using your PC and your smartphone app. There is no additional fee. It is all inclusive in your subscription plan with the camera configuration for resolution and retention period I just showed you. We don't charge for the number of users or number of devices that you want to connect from. Speaking of users, the most of the companies with multiple branches come to the Eagle Eye systems with the same questions. The first one is how we manage many users in different locations. Let me show you this user config section right here. So you will only need one admin to create a user account for the entire company, manage the users remotely. We use the individual email address, just like this, as the login ID, so only the person knows that and change the password. And then the privilege is given at the personal level, so you can set the store manager of location A is only able to view the cameras in location A. In his screen, the cameras from location B don't exist. However, let's say the president wants to be able to view the cameras all around the world. Of course he can. You can give the permission to download the recordings to only the managers of each branch when some incidents happen to the stores. Speaking of sharing a file, remember with on-premise camera system, sharing the file was a big hassle. Let's say there is a burglar in a store that you want to give the evidence of recording. Some engineer needs to be at the store to copy the file to the USB key. Then you need to arrange for shipping the USB key to the police. In using our archive function right here, in the cloud, you can save the file and you can share the file by giving the link to the someone outside of your system. So let's say if you want to share this file right here, you can verify the file that this is what you want to share. Then go to share. Then you can make the limitation how long this link would last. Copy. Then you can just click the link. The person outside of the system, click the link. All he sees is just the file that you wanted to share. So this is how you can share the file. You see how easy that is. Not just the manpower you can talk we are talking about, but also the time lag for the emergency situation. Also, if employees come and go in your company, let's say, the same administrator for the entire company can add and remove the user instantly. You can add easily, or you can just remove easily as well. For the maternity leave and long PTO, you can also disable the user account and enable right away by just clicking this section right here. And you can enable it back when he or she comes back. Are you worried about the number of users Eagle Eye VMS can support? That the answer is limited. Who takes care of this VMS system? Eagle Eye. Subscription fee contains all the support and maintenance to give you the latest technology all the time. In addition to that, you don't have set of a budget. You don't have to set a budget aside to pay the license fee after 3 years or 5 years because there is no such concept in our paying term. Eagle Eye is your outsourced VSaaS professional team. And lastly, I'd like to emphasize the variety of cameras that we support in terms of different types of camera model by different manufacturers. In this dashboard, I had told you this sub-account has different number of cameras added. That includes old analog cameras, IP dome cameras, bullet cameras, HD TVI cameras, PTZ cameras, fisheye cameras, and lately the thermal cameras as the latest trend. So let me just share with you the screenshot of our thermal camera right here. So, and now let's learn how to find out the supported cameras. And if you are available, you could open the browser, type in EEN.com. In our home page, there is a support section. You could go to camera compatibility tab, and this is what you would see. And if you, by default, all the cameras that we support should be updated and listed. If you're just looking at the Hikvision cameras, for instance, you can just type in HIK in the searching section. Then all that Hikvision camera models that we support should come out. It will go to about 20 pages. That makes it over 400 Hikvision cameras are supported. And let's say Dahua cameras, for instance, if you just type in D, that would just give you all the Dahua cameras. So that's how you can find the model of what you have now, maybe. Then you can utilize what you have currently in your system and save the initial cost. And that would be the end of my demo. Priscilla, back to you.
Thank you, Kyono, for the great demo. So as we can see from the new trends, right, and the case study, video surveillance is no longer just a camera that you set and you forget, right? Now with the big data, with AI-based video analytics, all the video now can be used as a key business intelligence tool. You can see from this busy drawing here, I want to show you this architectural drawing in order for you to realize the differentiation of our solution and to put together a summary of our value proposition. You can see in the middle is a cloud. So our solution is a true cloud, meaning that all the videos will be saved in our data center. So all the users you can see on the left-hand side can access the video from your smartphone, from any browser. Because it's a true cloud solution, we don't have any limitation of how many users can access the same video or same camera at the same time, like Kyono-san has shown you earlier. Because of that, there's really no restrictions, right? If you are expanding your business locations from one country or one city to multiple cities and multiple countries, you may increase your users globally. We have no restrictions of how many users to access it. With the business intelligence and the open platform we are able to integrate with the various business applications, such as POS systems, or license plate recognition, facial recognition, people counting, intrusion detection, loitering, and so on and so forth. So at the bottom of the chart, you can see that no matter in which business you are in retail or retail services, quick serve restaurants, multi-tenant residents, or multiple offices, any of your business that in multiple locations, you will see the benefits of utilizing a cloud solution that is open and can be connected to any of the business application you might wish to use. And with our continuous delivery of the new features, you will always be using the solution that with the latest update and latest upgrade and the latest features. No matter we will release a new feature 3 days from now, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, or 3 years from now, you don't need to change of any of the equipment you have. You can continue to use our solutions. That will be a conclusion of the presentation today. Ron, back to you. Let's see if we have any questions posted.
Okay, thank you for that. Priscilla, you can open up the Q&A box yourself and take a look there.
Yeah. Okay, we got a few questions here. Okay, this is a good one. You said that you mentioned that there's no limitations of how many users can access your system. Do you charge by the number of users? Very good questions. Technology-wise, we don't have a limitation of the users that can access the same cameras. Pricing-wise, right, it's the same. We don't charge you if you have 1 user in your business, or when you add, 10 more, 100 more, or 500 more as you expand your business into more locations. We don't charge by the number of users. Our charging model consists of 2 factors. One is the retention period. The longer you subscribe to our service, it costs more. 6 days of cloud storage is more expensive than 7 days, for example. And then the other factor is the resolution. We charge by the recording quality. If you require a 4K, 10 megapixel resolution, then the cost will be higher than using analog cameras. I hope that answers your questions. And then I see a second question here. Let me read it out again. How is the CCTV data confidentiality being managed in your cloud solution? Very good questions. We publish our privacy policies on websites openly, right? We also in compliance with the GDPR for the European privacy law. So we are in compliance in terms of confidentiality and privacy based on the industry standards.
So where could they go? Where could they go to read more about that?
On our website, we will send you around. I will include the link for you, and then you can include as part of the distribution with the recording together.
Okay, and there's a new question here about covert cameras.
Okay, is there a covert camera for investigation purpose? So our solutions is sort of like open platforms. We try to support all different kinds of cameras, right, including body camera and so on. As long as this type of camera is ONVIF compatible, then we will be able to support it. Let me see.
So just on that point, I guess just about the covert camera, you'd want to take that model, the camera you have in mind, and check on the Eagle Eye site to see if it's supported or not. And beyond that, you can contact them directly to see if there's anything along those lines.
Yeah, thank you, Ron. Yeah, exactly. So we do publish all the supported camera on website that Kyono showed earlier. And or you can provide the model to us, right? To Blue Ocean or to Eagle Eye, we'll be able to check it for you. But basically, it's open platform. As long as the camera is on the profile compatible, we'll be able to support it. Ram, do we have a questions for? Do we have?
Yeah, there's more questions here.
A few more. Okay.
Can you see it?
Let me see here.
Location of the server.
Let me see. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, good questions. We have data center locations globally, right? We have right now 12 data center locations. So we actually manage our own data center. We build our own server equipment, and in every single sales region, we would use a local ISP. We put in our equipment there. It's sort of like a co-location services. So currently in Asia Pacific, we have data center in Hong Kong and also in Japan. We are putting in more data center like in Australia, Sydney area. We will be expanding to other countries as needed. Our end-to-end deployment for adding a data center is about 8 weeks. So we will be adding more data centers globally in different regions.
So let me just add on to that. Regarding China specifically, because that was in the question, look, China is coming out with some new personal privacy laws that are going to be implemented very soon. So that might be tricky depending on what you're using it for and how you're communicating that with the people. But I know there is legal ways of recording it offshore as well, but you will have to check that more specifically for China. There's a couple more questions here,
Yep.
Priscilla.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, this is a good question. Let me read it out. If we have a combination of analog and IP system over several sites, how can we implement the same video analytics, facial recognition over the few sites using your solution? Excellent questions. So because our solution is cloud-based, the video analytics that we have implemented is on the cloud side. So it's independent of the cameras you are using, regardless which brand and which model you use. As long as the camera is on our approved list, it will be able to support it. We do support video analytics in 2 different ways. One's that we enable it directly into our solution, and you will be able to subscribe to that directly from our user interface. The other way is we integrate with the third-party technology partners. They might be offering facial recognitions, but they will get the video from us, from our cloud, through the API integration. We'll be able to utilize that video analytics through that third party, our solution together. So, so that shows the flexibility of our solution to be able to support the same video analytics, regardless of using the analog or IP camera.
So for analog, do you have a, some sort of bridge, something that helps to convert it to digital?
Yes, we do. We do have a gateway box. We call it a bridge that allow us to support a hybrid environment. You could have some cameras still using analog with with the older type of coaxial cabling, and then you could have some camera already changing to K5, K6 cable, and then we'll be able to use the IP camera. So we can support either or, right? You can have all the cameras analog, or a combination of analog plus IP camera and all the IP cameras.
Very good, thank you. So there's a couple more here. Do you see the next one?
Yeah, let me. Yeah, there's one similar question. I think I already answered that. Okay, here's another good one. How would this be managed as a project if we already have a VMS in headquarters and different VMS being used in different countries with different brands of cameras, and having a mixed analog and digital camera? What kind of costs would be involved? Thank you. It's a little bit similar to the previous question. So we do support, analog and IP cameras. And if you have different locations in different countries, one country might be using analog camera, the other country might be using IP, and other ones could be a mix of both. Then you'll be able to adopt our solution. It will be perfect for you because we are not a camera makers, meaning that you don't have to log into each camera maker's VMS separately to access the system. You log into our platform, just one username and password. You can see all the videos, globally that you install, right? Doesn't matter if it's in Singapore, in China, in San Francisco. Once you log in, you can see all different brand and model of cameras directly on your dashboard, and you can separate out by different layout, and with a different permission right for you to access.
Okay. And the same individual asked if there's organizations in Singapore using the CCTV system across different countries. So obviously that would be very easy to do, right? Because it's all cloud-based. So you can manage easily, if you have sites in multiple countries around Asia Pacific, regardless if you're based in Singapore or anywhere else, that'd be very easy to manage.
Exactly. And also because our technology does not have a limitation of how many users can access the same camera simultaneously. That make it really powerful system, because we do see that with the local on-premise NVR or DVR solution, you have more than few people accessing the same camera, the system will crash, right? That's, we got a lot of new customers because of that.
So there's another one here about asking, does the VMS come with VA capability or compatibility? VA being video analytics, I'm assuming. So obviously you answered that.
Yep. Yes, we do. Yeah, so we do. Like I think I answered a similar question earlier. We provide the video analytics two ways, right? One way is that we integrate into our user interface already. So you will be able to subscribe to like line crossing, intrusion detection, loitering, counting, camera tampering directly from our solution. There will be a subscription fee tying to the video analytics, right, per camera, monthly fee or yearly fee. We do provide that.
That's a feature on the cloud as opposed to the camera. Okay, there's also, there's another question here that's on, which is on the chat box. I'll read it out to you. Are playback features limited by camera ability, or does Eagle Eye provide standard search features, for example, searching by object missing or motion detection? And is facial recognition searching an option, etc., which is similar to the last question?
Yes, yes. I do see that the question in the chat. Yes, correct. So the playback features is actually it's not limited by the camera type, right? So you can play back any of the history video regardless which brand you use. And the second part to this question is that do we provide standard search features, right? We do have a search feature right now currently on our history browser. You can do a little bit of a search to find the camera you needed by key images, right? We are also improving that functionality in the future. If you type in certain keyword, you'll be able to go directly to the spot where you need to look for. But currently, the way we are designing right now is very smart. If you have a motion or you have a video analytics enabled, as soon as you using our key image search, you will show all those places that has activities for you.
Okay, very good. So, and that looks like that wraps that up. Hold on, we might have one more here. So another question here in the Q&A box, and take a look at that, asking about
the last
bandwidth.
one. About the bandwidth. Okay, great, excellent questions, because we didn't really talk too much about bandwidth in the presentation today. So yes, as you know, it's a cloud solution. We do require to have internet access, right? But our, I think this person is very knowledgeable. You understand that our solution require upload bandwidth, meaning that from the offices or from the stores, right? We need to upload the video from the location to our cloud. So it's an upload bandwidth, not a download bandwidth. But one good key feature we have is that we call it intelligent bandwidth management. As soon as you install our solution, you will detect available bandwidth in your business, right? And then it's almost like a speed tester. And then we will be able to do a smart setting based on your available bandwidth, right? Of course, if you installing like 20 cameras and you only have 1 megabit of bandwidth, that's not sufficient, right? But let's say if you have 10 megabit of the bandwidth in the office and you don't want to impact the regular business, then you can set a setting saying that you want to allocate or dedicate only 5 megabit for the bandwidth upload, right? And then we can work around that. And then during the non-operating hours, then we can set a higher bandwidth upload for the video to the cloud. Okay. This is a little bit more technical, but the person is asking these questions probably understand this very well.
So obviously there are some requirements depending on the number of cameras, etc. So that's where we can help in designing. However, the good thing to note here is that it is smart in terms of depending on the business hours and the other bandwidth needs of the business, the system will work around that. So that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ron.
Okay, it looks like we have one more question here. I think this will be the last one because then we're going to close the webinar. what would the price be like? Say, this is a price question.
Pricing model, yes.
Yeah, the best thing to do is to reach out to Eagle Eye directly or to one of your Blue Ocean offices and wherever you are, and we'll help you with that directly. We'd like to know your needs, obviously, and so we can give you a proper proposal. So with that said, Priscilla and Kiono, thank you very much. We have recorded this, and we will be sending this a copy of this recording, or the link actually, to everybody that RSVP'd. So you can also forward it and share it with other people in your organization as you wish. And of course, if you have any questions specifically about your situation, or need some advice, or just want some feedback, please reach out to us, either to Eagle Eye directly or to us here at Blue Ocean, and we will be we will help you with that.
Yeah, Ron, there
yes.
are a few more questions. If we don't have time, we can get back to them. But I just want to kind of take that last question, if you don't mind. He's asking about the disaster recovery capability, which is an excellent question. So we actually save every single video 3 times. So we have a triple redundancy in our solutions, right? And since it's a cloud, so if you do have on-premise solution, you can also do a cloud recording. That will be a disaster recovery, a sort of DRSI for you. And it's also asking about what is the Blue Ocean. Blue Ocean is our partners, right? They cover many countries in Asia Pacific, and we do need a solution. Please do go to Blue Ocean to get the pricing and all the information and technology that you needed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, somebody needs to help you with getting everything installed and set up on site as well. So we would be helping you with that. Yes, if you need the help, please let us know. So with that said, again, thank you again, everybody. I hope everybody found this interesting. We here at Blue Ocean are believers in the newest available technology, such as cloud and big data and video analytics, and et cetera. Also, as well as new business models like pay-as-you-go and security as a service, which we believe will become a thing in the future. So again, we will be sending you links. So feel free to share this with anybody. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. Again, either to Blue Ocean directly, to your friend in Blue Ocean, or to Eagle Eye. That all works. Okay, it looks like we're ready to close this webinar. And again, thank you everybody for joining us. We really appreciate your time, and we'll be in touch. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.